YouTube Vinyl community, Vince Guaraldi fans, random people on the internet, my name is Giggens. We're here today to talk about Vince Guaraldi. It Was a Short Summer, Charlie Brown official soundtrack recording. Put out this year in 2024 through Lee Mendelson Film Productions. This soundtrack is fascinating because for this entire album, Vince Guaraldi kind of takes a back seat and lets the horns do the work. This album is very bossa nova-y. The horns in this thing are front and center, and it gives the album a different texture, a different feel, different vibe from pretty much anything else that came out after this. The Peanuts music changed with the times. They got funkier in the 70s. They just kind of changed with what was happening. This is very of its time, but because of its presentation, because we haven't heard these tapes ever since 1969, it's a timeless album. This album was recorded over the course of 2 weeks during a very busy 1969 in which the first full-length Peanuts movie came out, A Boy Named Charlie Brown. It's incredible that over the course of 2 weeks, they recorded this music, quickly got it onto the cartoon itself, and was able to get it out for a September 1969 release. It was supposed to come out earlier that year, and was actually going to be called It Is a Short Summer, Charlie Brown, but because they had to push back the deadline, it became It Was a Short Summer, Charlie Brown, and told from the point of view of flashbacks, which I think makes for a better episode. The album does feature a lot of callbacks to previously released music from the different specials that had come out beforehand, like You're in Love, He's Your Dog, Linus and Lucy, of course, Charlie Brown theme, but changes them up just enough to make them current and fit in with the rest of the album's feel for what they were making that was new. The opening track, Charlie Brown theme, has some really nice guitar fills on this thing, warm piano riffs, a super cheery brass section. The classic Linus and Lucy follows that up next, again with just enough differences to keep it modern and fresh and sounding of its time. If you remember on like the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, like the flutes that would pop up here and there, it's similar to that one, but slightly different. The title track to this thing, It Was a Short Summer, Charlie Brown, is a really expressive bossa nova shuffle. It's got this feeling of like trying to look back and remember good times, but like you knew that like it wasn't the best. Because this was a cartoon TV special, most of this album are short little musical cues. So because of that, a lot of these songs are like 20 seconds long. Schroeder finds Vince Guaraldi jamming by himself on the piano, while Bus Blues finds the group doing this cool start and stop rhythm, really expressive horns. It's a really fun song. Bon Voyage, later into the album, is a really dynamic and melancholic kind of track, and you almost forget that this is for a kids TV special for a cartoon. If you took it off of the album and put it anywhere else, you would have taken it for a serious piece of music, and of course it is, but the fact that they put so much time and effort and energy to write something so intelligent and so emotive to really establish that sadder scene in the movie, it speaks to what they did. It speaks to what they made. They really cared about what they did. Same goes for Love Will Come. And, again, another moody sort of bossa nova shuffle that's more mature and haunting than anything else on the album. Side 2 opens up with Pebble Beach, one of my favorite songs from Vince Guaraldi. This thing just jams along. It's such a warm, catchy, interesting and inviting song. Most of Side 2 is reprises or reprises, however you want to pronounce that word. Most of Side 2 is that. But there are moments where you get air music, which for as brief and as quick as that is one of the most memorable little riffs they wrote. And Masked Marvel, Snoopy's arm wrestling scene there with Lucy. That song is really energetic and charged up, some great drums on it as well. One thing I want to bring up about Side 1 with Come and Get It, Hash with Horn, AM Break, Ta-Da, those little camp tunes are exceptionally clear and clean coming through the speakers. The drums sound like they're being played in the room with you. The solo horn is like right in your ear. It's truly incredible that these tapes have just not been touched since 1969. So they're going to sound fantastic. And then putting them onto record and doing the high quality transfer, you get a really great sounding album. The bonus tracks on this LP once again demonstrate their care and enthusiasm and focus because they had such little time to record and compose these songs. And hearing them really masterfully do take after take and nail these things in a short amount of time, creating timeless music. I feel like the work ethic of musicians back then was different because you had to work under pressure with a shorter amount of time, and you created some of the best work of your life. It Was a Short Summer, Charlie Brown, for me, is one of the most important albums that they've put out so far because it shows a sound that was never again repeated. That really horn-driven, bossa nova, lounge kind of feel didn't really ever come back again. After this, things got funkier and more rhythmic, but because of that, it sticks out so well as a very unique piece in the Peanuts discography. I absolutely love this album. It's so much fun to listen to and enjoy. Obviously, if you're a fan of the TV special, you'll love this music for sure. But even if you've never seen it before, just hearing this album on its own, it's special enough. And as usual, great full color insert with lots of liner notes from Sean and Jason Mendelsohn. Another write-up from Derek Bang. This one plays at 45 RPM, just a heads up. And it's on absolutely stunning blue vinyl. Look at that, so sharp, looks so good. So there you go, absolutely essential if you're a Peanuts fan, a Vince Guaraldi fan, a fan of American cartoon pop history. The amount of work and dedication that went into the music of these shows really is something special. They created such brief little moments, sometimes lasting only 12 seconds, but with some of the catchiest riffs that just live in your head. To be able to do that with such skill and such ease, to create such a feel, and add the music to these memorable cartoon scenes, you create magic together. The whole team that was working together back in those days really had something going. So yeah, highly recommend you pick this thing up if you're a Peanuts fan or a Vince Guaraldi fan. 8 out of 10 for me all day. I want to thank the Lee Mendelsohn Film Production Company for sending this record to me. Sean and Jay, thank you so much. It's an honor to have this in my collection, treasured forever, and something I have been playing often. And I think if you guys pick this thing up, you'll be playing it often too. So dig it up, grab a copy for yourself. It's worth the listen. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Giggens. This has been Vince Guaraldi. It was a short summer, Charlie Brown. It was a short summer. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.